Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Once again, it's Joey Pinkney coming at you live and direct with another Coffee Dog. Coffee Talk. For those who couldn't translate, Coffee Dog. Alright, so, man, kind of hot today, boy. See, sometimes I had to, by the time I do these videos, I've already had some coffee in my system, so I came up with a theory. I was thinking about, like, what am I going to talk about this coffee talk? And I got some stuff I'm going to talk about, but one thing that randomly came to mind is my coffee cup philosophy, if I can call it that. Coffee cup philosophy. So, all right, so my coffee cup philosophy is this. I was telling y'all one of these coffee talks that, the first cup is the setup, and then the second cup is just kind of like ride that plateau. That third cup, man, it ends up being overkill. You know what I'm saying? It ends up being like way too much. It's almost like what's it called? I know one thing is called the Law of Diminishing Returns. It's the best example of Law of Diminishing Returns. I know it's totally random for a coffee talk, but the first cup of coffee is great. Second cup of coffee is great. Third cup of coffee, you start wondering, and then by your 10th cup of coffee, who drinks 10 cups of coffee, right? That's the concept of Law of Diminishing Returns. It's good, it's good at first, but there are some limits. And for me, my limit for coffee, I have to say, is probably like around 2 1/4, 2 1/3 cups, somewhere up in there. Like I'll start on that third cup, and sometimes I finish it because I had this thing about me, like, whatever you start, you should finish. Or if you start eating something, you should try to finish it. Or if you start drinking something, no matter how long it takes you should finish it. So I still end up drinking, the amount of time it takes me to actually get through my third cup of coffee is probably way longer than the average amount of time for the first 2 cups. All right, so that was my little coffee theory. That third cup is just like, but anyway. Back to business. Thank you everybody for watching these coffee talks. It's cool. Sometimes I get feedback through emails, through various social media. People that actually know me personally, they'll call me up, or we'll talk about it and find out they actually watching it, they like it. So I really do appreciate you guys viewing it. I appreciate everybody that like gives me feedback. I actually have some people that actually share the coffee talk. That's pretty cool to me. So thank you everybody for doing that. More coffee talks on the way. September 16 sale still in full effect on joeytweets.com. If you go to joeytweets.com right now and you click, you go to the top of the home page, over on the right, actually this will be y'all right, but over on the right there is a place where you can click on to look at the blog for joeytweets.com. And on that blog, you'll see some of the books that I'm currently promoting, but you will also see some stats from some of the currently expired book blasts that I just finished up with. And that way, the viability of that is that you actually get a chance to see what the stats are like, how many clicks things are getting, and also like what type of things that I'm promoting and what type of things can be promoted if you are an author. So speaking to authors, if you are an author, you need exposure, joeytweets.com has a September 16 sale that's going on right now. And basically what that is half off of all of the book blast packages that I offer on joeytweets.com. For more information, go to joeytweets.com, joeytweets.com. Also, like I said, click on that blog and check that out. Another thing I have going on, the Legend of Tanisha Biggers, pushing right along. I know it's been kind of slow. I know it's been taking me many months to get this book complete. I'm learning a lot of good stuff in the process. Like one thing I've learned is the viability of outlining. Outlining has helped me tremendously in actually completing a story. I know this story is taking a long time, but in addition to completing the story, I actually am kind of learning some new literary techniques along the way. Putting them into practice, really combing back through the stories and make sure that everything is where I want it to be, all the layers are there and all that kind of stuff. So that's why this one is taking a while. I think as I move forward in the future and I really figure out like what my writing style is, I think I will be producing content a lot faster, but I'm not in a rush right now. What I'm trying to do is really learn the process for myself and really put out stories that I can look back and be proud of 100%. So can't rush. You know, you can't rush stuff like that. So I'm good. I'm good on the pace. I do want it to be a little bit faster, but I wouldn't trade speed for quality, and I think this is going to be a quality story. So, like I said in the previous coffee talk, the story itself has been finalized. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm working on the author's note, and also I have to. After that, I'm going to be working on the book cover. I have an idea of what I want to try to pull off for the book cover, and it's going to be a process just like my other book covers. I'm sure, like whatever I start off thinking and whatever it ends up being are going to be two different things. But you know, that's part of the creative process that I really do like. I really do enjoy creating my own book covers, at least for now, because you know it's just part of being a creative. That's one of the things I like to do. Some authors could care less about the actual them actually making their book cover, and I'm props to them too. But I'm just the type of person that I don't necessarily have to do every single thing by myself, but that's a part of my art. So why not make my own book covers? Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, Children in the City of the Fallen Tower was a short story that I wrote many years ago, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. It was republished as a solo short story. I tried to publish it on September 13th because that's the day that the story actually starts. It's called Children of the City of the Fallen Towers because it's about two Puerto Rican children. One is a preteen and one is like a late teen, you know, a young man pretty much. And the story follows the female character. She's the lead in it, and basically what happens is if you can imagine a scene where the story picks up with her trying to figure out life after her mom died in the 9/11 tragedy, and her brother just out the blue unexpectedly picked her up from school, took her to her estranged grandmother's house, and now the three of them in a one-bedroom apartment. The grandmother is mourning her daughter, which is the main character's mom. The preteen, she's trying to figure out like what's going on in her life, and there's this underlying familial tension between the grandmother and the main character's brother. I don't want to give up too much information about that, but you can go to Amazon.com, put in Joey Pinkney, Joey space Pink, like the color pink, Ney, and you can see a list of my books, a list of short stories that I published on Amazon. And the one with the book cover that looks like an American flag, that's the story. You can look at the book description to get more information about that. It recently turned 1 year old, so I'm gonna do the same thing I'm doing with the Cardinal Rule when it turned one. I'm gonna do set up a giveaway for that. And the giveaway, the prize is basically going to be, if you haven't had a chance to read it, I'm going to give away 12 Kindle copies of Children in the City of the Fallen Tower. So be on the lookout for that. That's something that's going to be a post that I'm going to make on joeyspen.com very soon. It's going to be something I'm going to be working on next couple of days, kind of setting everything up to put that giveaway in motion. Also, the giveaway that I have currently going on for Cardinal Rule is still in effect until I give away these 12 copies. So far, I've given away 8, possibly 9. I think a 10th person has kind of chimed in that they might want a copy of Cardinal Rule after reading the book description. So that will put me at 10 once these 2 people confirm their Amazon email, which will leave 2 more copies of that left for up for grabs for anybody who hasn't had a chance to read Cardinal Rule. It's a great story. I know I'm kind of biased saying it's a great story since I'm the one who wrote it, but I have nothing but supreme confidence in it. It's a great story about two people who are in love that are having a quick ice cream date, and the story, the gist of the story is really them talking about their views on love and relationships in the context of the other person. And they have some conflicting views, and those conflicts, along with the way that she eats strawberry ice cream, the way that Earlene Jones eats strawberry ice cream, those two things, the conflict and the way she eats ice cream, drives this story. So you should check it out. And if you haven't had a chance to read it, and you might be interested in a short story, it doesn't take nothing but like 30 minutes to read, probably less than that. very layered story, very engaged, and I've gotten some great feedback from women in particular because it's kind of like a romantic love type story. I can't really call it a full love story because it doesn't have the traditional elements of a romance, but it does have some romantic elements in it. So that's something that you might want to go check out, and that's also on joeyspen.com. On the blog, you can find a post that's the post is celebrating the 1 year anniversary of Cardinal Rule. Oh, you know what? Let me get a little bit of this coffee. See, this is just a second cup. Like yesterday, I had that ubiquitous third cup. Ubiquitous is a big word. I don't even know if I used that in the right context. It just sounded right there. But man, I had that third cup of coffee, and I'm just like, this is a mistake. This, it's almost like it was good. Now it's getting bad. But this second cup of coffee. See, that's that plateau I was telling y'all about. Speaking of plateaus, got some chocolate to be eating. I've been really heavy on this chocolate and almonds from Hershey, actually for years now, but kind of veered away, do a little bit of Lentz here and there, which is another chocolate brand, and Godiva, however you say that. But now I pulled back around to this good chocolate called Hershey's. You know what? I've actually had somebody comment to me that Hershey's isn't actually chocolate by definition. I'm going to have to look that up, give y'all some more information on that as I get it. So once again, this is Joey Pinkney. About to get up out of here. Before I go, check out joeytweets.com. If you are an author and you're looking to get promoted, check that out. Do have the September 16th sale going on, half off of all book blasts. I have access to over 350,000 Twitter followers and counting. A lot of them are readers. I tweet about books all day, every day. Why not your book? Throw your book into the mix. If you look at some of the stats on the blog, people are getting upwards of, I think, almost like 19,000 clicks a day for the Twitter campaigns. That's some big exposure, and that's some huge long tail exposure also. So keep that in mind. I need to update Joey's pen with some more information, but be on the lookout for that giveaway for Children in the City of Fallen Towers. Be on the lookout for the upcoming release of The Legend of Tanisha Biggers, which is a continuation of the story Swiggers, putting the focus on a different character in that neighborhood or in that world that I'm building with Cardinal Rule, Swiggers, and now Tanisha Biggers. Once again, how I always say, man, let me know what you're drinking, as long as that's legal. Let me know what you're thinking. As long as that's legal. Man, that coffee just give you that right. Sometimes, man, when you get the right coffee mix, like when you get the right amount of sugar, creamer, I put the Hershey's chocolate syrup in there, and you get the right water to coffee ground ratio. It's a work of art. Home brewed coffee can be a work of art. I digress. I'm going to get up out of here. Once again, thank you everybody for your support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel when y'all matriculate over there. That's another big word. Ubiquitous, matriculous. Two big words for you today for this coffee talk. Signing out once again, live and direct. It's Joey Pinkney. Thank you very much.